In today's episode, we'll be discussing two hot topics making headlines. First up, evidence shows a fake Elector indictment is likely coming, according to a former U.S. attorney. We'll delve into the details of the case and explore what it means for former President Donald Trump and his efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. Next, we'll be talking about Trump's latest attempt to avoid a defamation trial brought by advice columnist E. Jean Carroll. Trump is creating his own reality to excuse himself from the trial, according to Trump biographer David K. Johnston. We'll unpack the latest developments in the case and examine what they reveal about Trump's mindset and behavior towards women. Stay tuned for our in-depth analysis on these two important stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more updates on the latest news and current events. Evidence shows fake Elector indictment is likely coming, former prosecutor. Evidence from the prosecutor's investigation efforts by former President Donald Trump and others to overturn President Joe Biden's victory in Georgia show that it is likely that only a matter of time until an indictment is filed, a former U.S. attorney said on Friday. Alex Wagner of Wagner Tonight asked Barbara McQuaid, who served as the U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Michigan from 2010 to 2017, about the wording used by Fullerton County District Attorney Fannie T. Willis' prosecution team. That came after it was announced that 8 of the 16 fake electors who convened to declare former President Donald Trump the winner of Georgia in 2020 have accepted an immunity agreement. Wagner presented a transcript of an exchange between one of Willis's prosecutors and one of the fake electors' defense attorney. Part of the transcript reads, either Elector E is going to get this immunity and he is going to answer the question, or we're going to leave. And if we leave, we're ripping up his immunity agreement, and he can be on the indictment. Am I right to focus on this exchange between the prosecutor and one of the defense attorneys, where the prosecutor says his name will be on the indictment? Wagner asked. Not a potential indictment, but the indictment. McQuaid responds that, your reading is fair, Alex. The indictment suggests it is not an if, but when, McQuaid said. Right now, we are kind of sorting out who is going to be a witness and who is going to be a defendant, she added. McQuaid further said that prosecutors want to go after the bigger fish in these cases. Trump is creating his own reality to excuse himself from defamation trial, biographer. Former President Donald Trump is resorting to his old playbook to try to make the civil rape case brought by advice columnist E. Jean Carroll go away, argued Trump biographer David K. Johnston on MSNBC's The Read Out Friday. This comes as the former president's lawyers have been caught in a desperate struggle attempting to explain to the court why he announced he was returning to defend himself, even though he has made clear he won't testify or present witnesses, and none of those plans have changed. You have been covering Trump a long time, said anchor Joy Reid. One would think he at least knows the difference between Marla Maples, Ivana, and a woman he says he didn't know her at all, and yet he points to E. Jean Carroll. Let me put the picture up, he said. Oh yeah, that's Marla, and it wasn't. What does that say about him? That, and the fact he couldn't remember what year he was married to Ivana? What year he was married to Marla, and wouldn't even answer about when he was married to his current wife, Melania? To Donald, all women look alike. It's as simple as that, said Johnson. They're not human beings. Donald sees all the rest of us as objects. And he's been this way. I have known him for 35 years. He's been that way from the beginning. He's very strategic about people who he thinks he can hurt or help him as a general rule. But none of us are human beings to him. We're objects to be used. Johnston added that he is not the least bit surprised that he was able to mistake a clearly defined picture of Carroll for his ex-wife, despite Trump claiming he would never have touched Carroll because she's not my type. And of course, by the way, E. Jean Carroll, not at 79, but at the time this happened in her early 50s, absolutely his type, said Johnson. So this is just how Donald operates. Donald's mind is a very simple point to it, joy. If he says it, that makes it so. He creates his own reality, and if you don't buy it, fake news.